Estimado público, con ustedes el presidente y COO de Nintendo of America, Reggie Fils-Aime.
Good morning. Buenos dias. Bom dia. I'm excited to be here with all of you today, but I'm even more excited about Latin America and the business opportunity that this region represents. Nintendo has experienced phenomenal growth in the region over the past few years, growth that's even surpassed what we've experienced in the United States. And we envision a bright future for the region, given the continued economic development. This, coupled with trends that we're seeing in the industry worldwide, will present very interesting opportunities in the video game business in Latin America, especially for many of you as retailers. For example, just a few years ago, who would have thought of these people as video game consumers? I think we all have personal stories of people who themselves never thought of ever playing video games, but who are now enjoying themselves, joining in this wonderful industry that we all love. And this audience expansion is also bringing a related effect, a change in the seasonal nature of hardware sales across the world. Historically, a high percentage of game sales have been purchased as gift items during the holidays. But more and more, game hardware is also being bought for people, for themselves, throughout the entire year. For example, in Europe, we're seeing DS hardware sales each week as if it were a holiday week. And in the US, people recently have been buying quantities of Wii hardware in monthly volumes that we're not seeing outside of November and December. Another trend is that game players' interests are broadening. They no longer just seek bigger, better graphics and more sophisticated content. Today, consumers are also seeking expanded experiences. Now, they still enjoy classic franchises like Super Smash Bros. Brawl and Mario Kart DS. But now they're also experiencing new titles, new enjoyment provided by titles like Brain H2 and Wii Fit. We believe these trends, combined with the long-term economic potential of Latin America, make this an extremely important market for video games, to which we at Nintendo are hugely committed. Committed by launching new titles simultaneously in Latin America and the US. Committed through our dedicated Nintendo Latin America team. Committed through our growing relationship with La Camel. And by increasing the number of titles with multiple languages. For example, the next 4 Wii titles that we will launch out of NOA will all have Spanish as a language option. Another thing that we are committed to at Nintendo is continually challenging ourselves by bringing new, enriching, and entertaining experiences to the consumer, just like We Play and We Fit. This focus and direction has had a direct impact on the industry's trends and on our business results. Now, as you all know, there's not official data from one source for all of Latin America. And so allow me to focus on the US and on NPD data. According to NPD, in June, we became the best-selling console in this generation in the United States, a position it already held on a global basis. But even so, Wii's business is actually accelerating. This chart shows comparative console sales since their respective launches. The blue bars represent the first 12 months. The yellow bars represent sales from year 1 through month 19. Clearly, our performance is accelerating. And we continue to add production to meet that accelerated demand. We're currently pushing production capacity past 2 million units per month. Let me repeat that, 2 million units per month. And that will allow us to ship on a global basis 25 million units in our current fiscal year. While the story of Wii hardware is well known, here's one that's not. The story of Wii software. It's exactly the same. Again, no system has ever sold more games during its first 19 months, and the sales advantage after year 1 continues to grow. Now, at Nintendo, we approached game development for Wii on 2 different fronts. On one hand, we made sure we leveraged our well-known stable of stars early in the generation to reassure and satisfy veteran gamers. But at the same time, we also created new titles, beginning with Wii Sports, that made even confirmed non-gamers stand up and take notice. But now a new dynamic is emerging. Having passed 1.5 years on the market, our creative third-party partners are finding success on Wii. To date, 19 different third-party games have exceeded sales of 400,000 units in the US alone. And those titles come from 11 different publishers. The Wii library continues to grow far faster than its competitors, and there will be many more titles arriving in the coming months. And you'll have a chance to play many of them right here today at NEX. Let's take a look at one of those key upcoming titles, along with one of the great creative minds behind the game. Thank you.